All right, friends, we have got to get this done. There is no two ways about it. Because number A, the guy's going to need it. And number B, we need the money back. You know, we've sunk a ton of money into parts and stuff and things, and it all adds up, and it's time to cash in on that. So we are going to get going right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man. It's always the little things that cause you the most stress. And, you know, we were waiting on parts and whatnot. I'm just checking, make sure my threads are right. See, originally, one of the things we had to do to this is make a new line. You see, because the line that was on there, they abandoned, said there was a hole in it, and what have you. And that's all well and good, friends, except for the fact that you have to realize that line goes between the fuel tank brace and what have you. But it's okay, because we actually have to take the fuel tank out, because he wants, well, the stop cable's junk. We got to get in there. And then also, he wants the headlight wiring fixed. So we got to do this. I mean, it's really hard to get motivated to do stuff, you know. I don't know why. It just is. It's, you finally get so much stuff you have to do that it overwhelms you and you can't take it anymore. And that's where I am with this process. So, what do we want to do? Do we want to work on that first, or want to get the radiator back in? I think I'd like to just keep taking more stuff loose, you know? Why put stuff back together when we could just keep taking stuff loose? We, of course, then have to take all of the sheet metal off. We also have to hope that that tank isn't just slapped full of fuel, because how much you want to bet that it is? Usually when people want stuff worked on, the first thing they do is fill it up with fuel. So we got to do that thing. And there's just no two ways about it. So I'm just going to set you somewhere and start hammering away on this. Am I going to get it done? I don't know. I don't like that it's taken as long as it has. That's always the story of my life. But I can't just... I don't know. I got too many different things going. And sometimes I have to, for my mental health, walk away from a project when it starts frustrating me. Example, F12 Farmall. That thing can sit there for a long time before I ever work on it again. Because I am so frustrated by that. See, originally, yeah, they have a bolt under here. And a lot of them don't have that anymore. So this one still does. Should have taken this one out first. That's what I should have done. Didn't do that. Why? Idiot, that's why. Oh boy, all the areas that the water didn't hit. We should have probably power washed it, taken the sheet metal all off, and power washed it, but we didn't. That screwdriver is probably too big for that. Yeah. Friends, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking to myself, trying to keep my sanity intact, trying to decide where I want to go next. I guess the other side. Eventually we have to get that lid off in there, but that is a later problem, I guess. I am pumped that this tire has stayed up, so I apparently fixed that. very reasonably. So he should be happy about that. I also put on a new fuel filter. We just got to keep her moving, keep the whole affair going. We'll have to get that out of there too before we're done. I wish that this wasn't on there like it is, because I'm doing two things at once again. I'm guilty of that a lot. I see shiny object and then I wander off and go down that rabbit hole. I'm still thinking about that fuel line though, and I want to get that rubber hose off of there, and I just want to get it done. It seems so simple, but there's a lot of little steps to do. There's just a lot of stuff. A lot of busy work. Not really busy work. Also, I should slip this under here so that nothing shorts out my battery here. Do we learn from our previous mistakes and take the one underneath loose first because it's harder to get to? Probably not. I think we're done with our injector puller. We can put that away, maybe. That can go back on after a while. All right, stuff is happening. Stuff is happening. Ooh, that's even bigger. Is that 11/16? And yes, I'm using a line wrench because that's just what happened to be laying there. We need to move our lines. I bought the wrong size one the other day, so then I bought the right size one so that I could pay a lot more money. Okay. Now, that's why I was thinking earlier about that. I'm going to switch back to fuel line mode for a minute and try to get rid of this rubber hose that they have, because this thing has been nothing but in my way the entire time, and it's leaking everywhere from the fuel that's still inside it. So we're going to get it out of the way. Then we're going to have to take our deal off the sediment bowl, our line off of that, which goes to the bottom of the filter. And then we're going to have to take this off. And then we're going to, oh, this one's still got, wow, it's got it all, friends. We're going to struggle bus here too, probably. It's got these, oh man, we are going to have a fun time. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you that a lot of the ones you take apart don't have these in them anymore either, if you can see what I'm doing. They have little tapered head screws that hold the back of the fuel tank to the dash, because these are like, well, they're different. That's what I'm saying. Oh, all right. I'm to the point where I'm going to have to just go get more tools because I've got them scattered over 15 different projects. But I'm going to get a 5/8 open end, and then I'm going to get a small flathead screwdriver, take that dash off. I'm going to get, what else? Some other stuff and things so that we can continue this process. All right, friends. I am just about, well, let's just take it one thing at a time. Oh, that's not going to fit now. That's cool. I thought sure that that was the way that it was, and it's not. So now we're probably going to have to use the adjustable, because we probably won't get this right. Oh my. Okay, we're going. Gentle, gentle. See, this braided wire hose, once you put it on the barb, it's on there. Like, it's hard to get off. So it's just easier to turn the whole fitting out of the thing. Oh, and then cover you and myself with diesel fuel. Spectacular. Did you take it to the face or just all over your body? I think it was just all over your body. That's fine. Is diesel fuel bad for the camera? I don't know. But you won't rust, I know that. Now we gotta go this end. Unfortunately, if I recall correctly, I am thinking, oh, now that one's gonna play don't work for any reason. I like that game. That's a fun game to play all the time. I'm afraid that this sediment bowl doesn't shut all the way off, but I might be wrong on that. I might be wrong. Okay. So it's actually 1/2 inch. I thought it skipped a size when it did this situation. Yeah, it's kind of loosey-goosey on there. That's fine. Come on. Now. There we go. Okay. Oh, dummy me. Had to drop that down in there or you can't get that. Oh, well, that worked out. Okay, we're gonna get it. I promise. It's gonna happen. It's gotta happen. We gotta get this done. Ooh, I also have to make sure, see, there's a lot of things that I have forgotten because this is such an original tractor and you just don't ever see it. But what I'm saying is I gotta get these wires are probably strapped to the bottom of the fuel tank. They had like metal tabs. One of them, the zip ties broke. But this back one is still intact. So I gotta get that snapped loose. It's got like rings made into the bottom of the fuel tank. And if you don't watch what you're doing, you'll take stuff along and then struggle bus and wonder why your problem is not working correctly. You know what I mean? All right. I think that's clear. At least I gave you the ability to be able to do this so that you can get the tank out. Some tractor brands aren't that nice. Some tractor brands, you can't get the tank out unless you do a lot of creative stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Come on, come on. I am not making as much progress as I want to. And that's what's frustrating, friends. When you've got so much stuff to do. You've got farming that needs to be done, but the weather doesn't cooperate. You've got bills that keep coming in either way, no matter whether you get it done or not. And so these little projects like this technically could help bridge the gap, but sometimes they cause a bigger gap, because like now I got a ton of money wrapped up in parts in this. So oh, how could a guy do that? How could he flip that screwdriver out of his hand and then lose it way away from where he was? Like, that didn't go anywhere near. It's the end of the day, friends, or at least I'm wore out, is what I'm saying. And the arthritis and stuff gets worse by the end of the day. The little gnats are driving me nuts. Usually these come out pretty easy, but today they are not. Uh-oh. We gotta go over there. We got issues. Something's not right. These are little fine-threaded affairs. It just took looking at it, threatening it, coming over there and getting in its face. One more thing we have to do, which is because this is a 4-digit, is we got to get the wire off the fuel gauge. So it would be easier to get it off of this end. This is so original. This is still the original foam. This tank has never been out of here. Never at all. That is so cool. I mean, we're the first ones taking this tractor apart. I really didn't want to take it all the way off there. I just wanted to take it off enough to maybe get the wanted to take it enough to get the screw out. I never even looked and to see if the fuel gauge worked. Probably should have. We might end up having to oh boy. Here we go. I wish you could see. I could bring you over here in a minute. Since this is original, all of the green paint and the sealer and stuff is still on everything, and it's making it harder to get that stuff off. Okay, I don't know where we're going. Oh, is it slap full? I thought it was empty-ish. Empty-ish. Oh man. I probably should take this all the way off so I can not bend the strap when I'm going on my way out. Because this is going to be a struggle. It's not that. Ross is getting very frustrated. Like I said, it's at the end of the day, I'm pretty well done. But at the same rate, I don't feel like I accomplished enough today. So. Okay, come on. Heavy! I'm gonna get covered with trash. There's just no way around it, is there? Not when it's like this. What could I do with this tank once I get it out of there? Should probably have a better plan formulated than just hopes and dreams. Let's see if we can get that out of there. That wasn't too bad. Wow. Well, get rid of the little mud builders. Look at how pretty everything looks. See, this is the rabbit hole of sadness, though. Do you look too close and find steering lines and problems, or do you just ignore it? I say we just ignore it, because we're already probably going to be spending more money than what he wanted. But, as I was saying, the thing is, it's never had anything done to it in however old it is now. 50 years, 40 years, whatever. So, it's kind of time. Like, I can't help that. I mean, it's time. Now, I brought sockets. And where did I put all that? I don't know. Let's get this off. This broke loose, and then I'll switch to the ratcheting wrench if I am so moved. Well, those weren't tight at all. That's fantabulous. Because I think this wrench I brought is a stubby. A stubby wrench. Oh, friends. Now this is going to take kind of a careful feat of engineering, maybe, because as we put that line back on here, we also have to make sure that it's not really, I mean, it has to be tight to the block. There's no way around it. I thought about looping it through the rubber holes and not having it this way, but I feel like I also wanted to get this out of there, so I had to take loose what we just took loose so I could get this old thing out of there. So there's that. And then there's the self-discussion. We do that a lot, where we think about it and we try to decide what we want to do. Oh, I forgot about the little block. There is on some tractors. On some tractors there's a little spacer block that goes between this bracket and the motor. And this has that on there. I guess that spacer block is so you don't crush the fuel line, because it's got to just fit in. Well, let me put this other one back in and I'll let you see. We should be able to accurately create the space. Alright. It needs to be tight enough to the block that it fits down in here above that spacer block, and it creates just enough. It has to go below this casting, but there's just enough room in there for a 5/16 steel line to go. So, we need to get our tubing tools, put our fittings in, and work on that now. And then we can start assembling things back. We won't put the fuel tank back in yet, because we need to work on wiring, but we can, if we get that fuel line done and whatever, then we'll put the injection lines on, then we'll put the radiator back in. I got the elbow ready to go, other than we have to put in the heater and all that. But we're about to the last of the disassembly, where we can start now just putting things back, or fixing as we go, putting things back, with the exception of we're going to change the rear end oil and the hydraulic oil, and that could be a struggle, but I hope it's not, but we'll see. So let me get the tubing bender, and we're going to try to make this happen. I've been working it out in my head what I thought was the easiest way, and it's probably going to be, I don't know, it's a real bear to get it exactly the right length to tuck it in there, you know, especially when you start out with an end that's way too long. You know you're going to have to saw some off, but I think it's going to be easier to saw off the injection pump end and, you know, get this fitted in here, bend up. Don't forget your fitting before you make a bend. But try to get this tucked in there, wrapped around the block, and then from there, then we can have the extra out that way, and then we will get it cut off and made into flared and all that stuff to work with what I got going here. But that's my plan. So let me grab some more stuff and we'll try to make this happen. Okay. Like how I start talking and then immediately start coughing. Oh, we just dumped over $1,000 worth of new parts. Awesome. Okay. Why did I turn the camera on if I wasn't prepared? Good question. I find myself asking these questions every day. Why do I do the things that I do? Well, desperation, sadness, stupidity, all of the above. I don't know. I just know that when life gives you lemons, you throw them away and then they send them all to me, because I get a lot of lemons. Now see, that one is going to be 5/8. Just like what I figured it would be earlier. And the other one wasn't right. And then we gotta go this way. We still got a Boulder valve cover gasket in. I was thinking there was some reason I didn't do that yet, but I can't remember what that is now. Oh, I know why. Because I thought maybe we'd have a struggle bus with injectors, and you know, we might have to have more room, but we didn't have that struggle bus, so, and now they're all back in, so. All right, this is a puzzle in mathematics, one that I am not good at. I kind of do it by eye, and then I'll realize that I was off by just a little bit, and then it won't work like I'd hoped. But that's the normal procedure of the way that I do it. So we just have to try to figure out about where we want it to bend. So I'm going to try to get it. Alright, we're going to find out how good I am. Spoiler alert. Not very is the answer. It looks nice, but in theory, but it's not really. It should have been a little tighter. I could fudge it. I could fudge it by doing a little bit of an S bend in it. Nope. We did terrible. So now the only choice is, there's plenty of extra. So we're going to try it again. All right, You got too hot. But I got that all in there on that side. Now I just have to make this what I want over here. And there's enough room still, even after our mess up a while ago. We'll put a new bend in it and we should be good to go. I hope. We just got to... See, I'm just not good at the... like if I want it to go... Oops. Alright. That may or may not make sense, but I promise you it will. I just got to get the excess cut off. So, that's what I will do right meow. He says as he fails miserably. I think this is my old cutter. I should get the ones that the viewers send. Old Faithful here though. It's in my tubing box. And it's just been such a good one. It's going. It's going. Come on. Struggle bus. I do need to retire this one. Oh, there we go. I was going to say it doesn't want to always do the thing right away. Now I have to cut the... I made a boo-boo and forgot to cut the, or get the nut on the side that I wanted, so then I could have had it here in my hand, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to put a flare on this and forget the nut. I've done that before and it sucks. It's sad when you're all ready and you make the perfect, that's the time you make the most perfect flare and you think, oh, this is glorious. And then you look down and realize you forgot an important thing. Have to cut it off and start all over. All right. That's gonna go on there in a minute. It's gonna fall off if I don't watch, because we need to get that other fitting put down in the pump. We can do it. Of course, this is going to be in our way the whole time, mocking us. That's why I took that red thing out of there a while ago, because I knew it was going to hang up on us. All right. Now, we just got to flare this. We just got to flare this. He says as he struggles and works harder than he should have to get this simple tractor put back together. 5/16. Somehow my little tool got a little bit of moisture on it this time. I don't know how. It was inside of a toolbox. It drew moisture. Okay, dummy. Pay attention, because this is where we do something stupid, and we don't want to do that thing. We want to make sure we do everything textbook. You gotta put that on. These are actually, I don't know that I can double flare these. I try to, but they just don't. These lines are almost hard enough sometimes when you start getting the bigger sizes. They're almost hard enough that you can't double flare them. Oh man. Gotta be careful that we don't bend the crap out of our line on the back side while we're manhandling it up here. Well, that's actually working nicely, I think. So much pressure. I need to get one of those things where you just turn it. I do enough lines I could justify it. But they make a flaring tool where you just have like a block you rotate and it does 3 steps at once. Like you do one step, release it, turn the block, do the second pass, release it, and then flare is done. Because this sucks to have to do what I'm doing here. And then you got to put up with the donkey hee-hawing. We're going to put the injection lines on in a minute, so if I lost the rubber cap, don't freak out, people. Don't freak out. I got to get that out of there. I don't know if you can see what it does, but it makes like extra material in there. And then on this pass, it'll roll that up into itself. And then it is less prone to cracking that way because you got almost like a double layer of material squished down into there. I don't recommend doing it on a tractor though. Like with it on the tractor, it makes it so much more difficult. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. Now we need to get these loose. I have had this flaring tool set for I don't know how many years. It's an OTC brand, but I've made a lot of flares with it. I've bent the handle. I've done the thing, friends. But that thing should be beautiful now. All right. We're gonna press on towards the goal. We're gonna see about injection lines here. We should be able to get everything on here and then put the manifold on later, which is what I want to do anyway, to make sure that we get this all kosher and that our new line doesn't interfere with anything. There's just a lot of stuff to consider here. Also, I should point out, and it's almost humorous, but not really, and I can point that out in a minute, that a mud wasp has built a mast inside of the bolt hole that holds this bracket on. Isn't that humorous why that would do that to me? Just because. I thought I could get them started and then have less chance of problems, but it doesn't look like that. Doesn't look like that's going to be a thing. Looks like problems are going to be the theme. This is very tedious. This is very tedious. And it's not a fun thing to do. Because it takes a little bit of finesse. And then see, the other thing you don't realize is he's had all of those little stub lines off of there. So nothing is going to line up just exactly like it was. They're all going to be off by just enough to make you hate your life. And that's what it appears to be doing to me. You know? Some of them you'd think need to go one way, need to go the other way. And you know, there's no room in there. I can't seem to get... I thought maybe if I could get one started, you know, that would help me. And I might have finally made that happen. See, the number one line is not in the holder. It only clamps in the one clamp, so it's out laying over here next to me. So don't freak out if you don't see that and you think, what happened to the other line? Come on, you mother trucker. I mean, it has such potential to just work, but then it never does. All right, friends. Well, I should start over here. I got these on. That was a struggle bus. I actually ended up swapping out a couple lines because there were two that I did not feel were up to the task. And that could have been part of our issue too. You know, a little bit. You got to kind of watch when they rub. You don't want them to rub each other. But I found over here, cleaning out the dash a little bit, trying to get some of the trash out, put the stop cable in. I found out the pressure line is leaking. And so I sent him a message and I said, hey, I said, now is really the time to fix this. Even though it may not be leaking horrible where it's spraying out, but you know, whenever it lets go, then that's it. So he sent a message back right away and said, let's do it. So in other words, we're going to have to order more parts now. And so this will be tabled a little bit more. We can keep working. We got a lot of stuff to do yet. We need to, I think it quit videoing. It's too dark. And so I only have the phone. I don't know what I did with the GoPro. But anyway, what I'm saying is, I never got the radiator put in yet because I fought for like 2 hours with injection lines. I was not happy with them. To take them on, take them off, get them lined up where I want. Then you struggle with getting them to start. And so anyway, it kicked my Knudsen today. So we will bring you back when we're working on more stuff. We got to put that radiator in. We can finish absolutely everything except for setting the fuel tank in. We can do everything else and just leave the fuel tank out so we can work right here, because all we got to do is get this loose. We'll probably have to take the return line loose to get it in there, but this one, it's the one behind, obviously, and then it comes down to here, you know, because then it comes over through this line, comes back here and goes to your priority valve, because it gets hydraulic pressure before anything else, steering, and then it returns. It goes through the cooler and then to the reservoir. So yeah, but anyway, another setback, but it's going to be worth it in the end for him, because if he brings it back next week and then I have to tear it all back down again here to fix this line, that's not going to be pleasant for him or me. So I just as well do it now while it's right in front of my face. All right, it's been a while. I don't know how much footage I've got, but I know how much I'm going to use. And we want to wrap up this video, I guess. There'll probably be one more part. But I got this elbow all cleaned up nice, you see. Got the brand new, watching me here. You look like you're fogging up, so I don't know what you're going to see. I guess I got to buy another $50 GoPro case because it seems like it lets moisture in around the lens and it makes like a haze. I don't know if that's really happening. It kind of does look on the camera like it's a little fuzzy. But this poor thing took a lot of cleaning, friends. It had a sludge in it like I've never seen. So we took her down and made it right, you know. Now we're going to put in a new drain valve, even though I have very limited luck with them. It seems like even after putting new ones in, they still never work when you want to use them. So also, as previously discussed, it looks like somebody has put a water pump on it at some point in time. So we're not going to touch that, you know. But yeah, I have to do all of this stuff in the order that it is. Like to get this out of there and then to get the radiator out of there, you kind of got to do it all. You got to have it like it's a coordinated dance, friends. I don't know why. A lot of it is because I probably didn't do it by the book, you know. I do it by Ross's book, and that's not always the best. We got another struggle bus issue, which I see, which is hose clamps, friends. Unfortunately, one of my hose clamps self-destructed. That's kindly important. It will be later anyway. It will be later. Like now, when I put this radiator in, and I need to get it figured out. But what I think I'll do is just, if I leave it to be the one that's out here, then I can roll it on. I can unconnect the new one and put it on. Oh man. Well, I think, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but I think what I'm going to have to do here is a radiator flush, because the bottom of this radiator is just full of garbage, and maybe actually a little bit the top. So I guess maybe that's where we'll leave this one, and I will get that flushed out and then get it put back in, and then hopefully our life will be grand. I don't know why I didn't think that would be, you know, if the elbow was full of crap, why wouldn't the bottom of the radiator? But I'm not real sure how I'm going to get a lot of that out of there, because it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out, friends. It just doesn't. It's going to be a trick, and we don't want to be too harsh on this old radiator, or it will not survive, because radiators get brittle with time, and this one is no exception, I'm sure. But we got to do something because there's stuff in there. There's a little bit of stuff here. I think we're going to just flush it the best we can, and then that's what it is. If it comes out, it comes out. If not, hopefully as the new stuff is in and I get as much out as I can, maybe that will all dissipate. I guess it's really not hurting anything if it's settled, if there's some sludge down in the bottom. We just don't want it to plug the tubes. But I don't think he had trouble with this getting hot, so figure that one out, friends. Figure that one out. But yeah, progress is coming along, however slowly. I did just got this line. So that means we can progress this way. But I'd like to get the front done and move back. And then I have to replace fluids. I had everything to do this project, and then as we got farming, I ended up using all of the stuff. I used all the engine oil. I used all the hydraulic oil. I used 1 bucket of gear oil that I was going to do in it. So we just gotta do the thing, friends. Just gotta do the thing. So, but anyway, friends, that is neither here nor there. I don't know if this is any kind of video or not, but it's more progress. We just need to get it done. So, as usual, friends, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.